What is going on, Pats Nation? It's Patriots Global here, back, of course, with another video. The New England Patriots are making more signings to their 2021 personnel roster. This time, they're going to be bringing back a New England Patriots player, This time, they're going to be bringing back fullback Jakob Johnson. I do like this deal. Now, they are placing him on a tender. Now, basically what this means is it's a lot like the J.C. Jackson move, actually. It's actually just like it. So if you haven't checked that video out, of course, go check it out. But basically what a tender is that they can place a first, second, a fifth. There's multiple different tenders that they have in which they have the rights to them for a year, but another team can still actually sign that player. But if they do sign the player, the Patriots can match the offer if they want to. And if they don't, and the team acquires that player, then the Patriots would get that tender of the draft pick back. So, for example, the Patriots placed a second-round tender on J.C. Jackson. If a team does sign them and the Patriots don't offer or don't match the offer, then the Patriots get a second-round pick in return. We currently do not know what tender they placed on Jakob Johnson, but I'm sure it's a later round tender because I don't really see teams going after Jakob Johnson because a lot of teams in the NFL truly do not utilize fullbacks anymore. Nonetheless, though, the Patriots will be getting Jakob Johnson back on at least one more year, and I think New England is doing so for one big reason, and I think we're going to be having a competition at fullback this offseason. Let's remember that the team originally brought in a year ago from now, Danny Vitale at the fullback position. A lot of people had Danny Vitale actually starting at fullback over Jakob Johnson, but then when the virus hit, a lot of players were opting out. The Patriots had the most opt-outs, and Danny Vitale was one of those guys. So Danny Vitale decided to opt out of 2020, which meant that Jakob Johnson easily was going to be plugged in as the Patriots starting fullback. But of course, due to rules, any player that does opt out just kind of had their contract pushed to the following year, which means the Patriots do still have Danny Vitale under contract for 1 year. I know that Belichick really did like him. I know that Danny Vitale brings a lot of versatility to the New England Patriots. And Danny Vitale actually compared his play to a Kyle Juszczyk with the 49ers that I know Bill Belichick really likes. Now, obviously, the Patriots are only going to keep one fullback, but their play is actually very different, Jakob Johnson and Danny Vitale. Danny Vitale, again, is going to bring more of a Kyle Juszczyk role. He's a big guy, but his blocking isn't bad by any means, but it's definitely not as good, I would say, as a Jakob Johnson. But he has a much bigger receiving threat. He is someone that could be a receiving threat for New England out of the backfield. They could send out wide right or wide left. And he's someone who could 100% contribute to the passing game, as where Jakob Johnson doesn't really have that utilized for himself. But of course, something that Jakob Johnson has over Danny Vitale is the fact that he started for the Patriots in 2020 and that he's been with the Patriots now for a couple of years. New England definitely could have easily gotten a long-term deal done with Jakob Johnson if they really did want to. Again, a lot of teams don't utilize fullbacks in the NFL anymore, so it's not like he's going to have this huge market that has the Patriots, in a bad position on can they re-sign him or not. I think they chose to only give him a 1-year deal because they want to see what they have from a Danny Vitale also. They're going to figure out who the best option is for the Patriots at fullback and then go from there. Jakob Johnson does bring a pretty nice build here, 6'3", 250 pounds. I do believe Danny Vitale is taller than Jakob Johnson, but obviously Johnson does bring a very nice build to the fullback position. PFF doesn't give us too much on him, probably because he's a fullback. They don't really seem to care too much about fullbacks over at PFF, but they gave him a receiving grade of 42.6. They also had him having 9 targets this past season, 8 receptions, 35 total yards, 1 touchdown with 0 drops. Now, again, it is just a 1-year deal. This is going to be worth the minimum. I'm hearing that it will probably be around somewhere to the tune of $850,000, which is next to nothing. That is a lower contract than the Patriots are getting with Danny Vitale. So it's a really nice deal there. I obviously like it. He was a former German-born fullback / tight end, so he actually has some versatility to his play. But someone who really took that big leap once James Devlin retired. He's obviously super young too. He's just 26 years old. So the Patriots could get him signed long-term if that's something they really wanted to do. Like I mentioned, though, Jakob Johnson, while he does have, things going for him because he was the Patriots starting fullback and has been with them for a couple of years now, he does have competition. Not just Danny Vitale, but also what are the Patriots going to do with Dalton Keene? Now that the Patriots have both Jonnu Smith and Hunter Henry, what does that mean for a Dalton Keene and a Devin Asiasi? In all honesty, the best way for Dalton Keene to get on the field at this point is going to be lined up at fullback, lined up at H-back, and using that versatility in the Patriots' backfield. Knowing that the Patriots also have two tight ends now as their starters, plus Devin Asiasi, I think they're definitely going to try Dalton Keene in the backfield at fullback and see what he has. So definitely going to be competition here for Jakob Johnson, but I do like the decision to retain him, and I'm excited to actually see the competition at fullback this offseason. Before we end this video off, I do want to talk about my boys over at betonline.ag. Now, BetOnline has the fastest and easiest ways to bet on all of your sports action. Football might be over, but NBA, college basketball, and the NHL are still a full swing. BetOnline even covers awards, TV shows, and reality TV, and they also have real-time updated odds and props on almost anything you can imagine. BetOnline has you covered for all of the news, scores, and odds, and it is the best way for you to place your bets, and it's completely free to sign up. All you guys got to do is head to the website or use your mobile device and sign up today to receive your 50% off welcome bonus on your first deposit. Again, BetOnline, your online sportsbook experts. Don't sit on the sidelines anymore. Get in with the action, and don't forget to use that promo code CLNS50 to receive a 50% off welcome bonus on your first deposit. The Patriots are bringing back German fullback Jakob Johnson, tendering him on a one-year deal worth the minimum, again, potentially and most likely around $850,000 for 1 year. What are your guys' thoughts on this? Let me know in the comment section below. Remember to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for all of your New England Patriots news. I appreciate you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.